Good day, everybody. Today we're going to do lesson plan 3, grade 1, term 2. Again, it's just a revision lesson, so we revise what we've done in term 1. You can pause here and you can then have a look at the caps. And then we're going to scroll down and we're going to pause at the resources and the dictionary. The resources, you're going to tick off the resources you need, and then you're going to prepare them. And then for the dictionary, these are the words for you as parent and teacher to help you to understand and help your child to understand this lesson better. Then we're going to come to the daily routine. I want you to pause here, and it's time now to ask these questions like I did in the last 2 lessons. I want you to pause and ask these questions. Then we're going to go to counting. So counting, we work between the number range 0 and 20. So again I want you to use concrete objects with this. As they count, they move these objects. Or you can also go and visit our SA Teacher e-store, and you can go and down the counting library. Then what we can do is we can count. We're going to count from 11, 12, 13, 14 up to 20. And then you're going to ask the child questions like what comes after 16, what comes before 15, what comes before 18, what comes after 18. So again, when we look at counting, we look at the concrete objects, the representative resources like in our e-store. Then you're going to do the counting rhyme, forwards and backwards, and then you ask some questions. So I want you to pause now and do this activity. Welcome back. So the mental mathematics again, it's like the previous 2 days where you have 10 questions. This time you're going to order the words or the numbers from the smallest to the biggest. So the first example then is you give the child the numbers orally, 5, 3, 4, and then they need to place it in order from smallest to the biggest, 3, 4, 5. Do these 10 questions, and then we will carry on with the rest of the lesson. Okay, welcome back. So what we're going to do today is we're going to make use of Unifix blocks. So these blocks click into each other. So if you don't have this, I recommend that you do it on a representative level where you make a little drawing. So we're just going to look at the blocks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what we're going to do is you can also just draw some squares, but make sure they touch each other. And then we're going to ask questions like, I have 5 blocks, which number is before? And then what we're going to say, the number before is 4, and which numbers after? The number after this is 6. Every time make a drawing, and make this drawing with the child. Then lastly, we're going to do a measurement activity where you're going to ask who is taller. Now you can use everybody in your household, or just you and your child, or at school you can let the children work in groups. And then again going to come to the activity. So the activity, the first 3 columns are linked to the curriculum, and then the activity that we're going to do is we already started with counting some Unifix blocks, but you can also give them activities where they're going to count counters, beads, Unifix blocks, and stones. Remember when they counted, say 5, put them in a group and let them count it by putting the counters in different formations. So don't always give them the counters in the same pattern. Then we're going to ask them to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 each time, each number separately on a slate or a piece of paper. Then you can just quickly draw a number grid like this, and then we're going to ask questions like what is before this number, what's after the number, what's in between 2 numbers. Then, like we did in the previous lesson, you're going to give them a number line again to complete. Please, this time you can remove more numbers, and they need to do it first orally, and then they need to fill it in. And then I want them to build a tower, and see who can make the highest tower. Um, Again, it's at home, make use of what you have at home. This can be a really very fun activity at home where you can challenge each other. Then I'm just going to pause here at level 1 and 2. These are already activities that we've done, but you can every time see we do it on a level 1 and 2. Um, Make sure your child can do level 1 and 2 as a revision activities. And then we're going to move on to the worksheet. So the worksheet is then on the representative level. It's also on level 3, the abstract level. And your child will then complete up to question number 5. Again, is if you don't have paper to print, just show this to them on the screen. Then again, the problem solving, and then the consolidation you're going to do like we did it before.